Welcome back. It's time now for Media Watch. For that, I'm joined by Nicholas Rushworth. Good evening to you,
Hi,
Nicholas.
Tom.
We're going to be starting by looking at all the latest from that trial in the Vatican involving the Pope's butler. What's been going on?
Well, it's not a what the butler saw story, but what did the butler do story. And now his trial is going to take place tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. local time. It's all over the press and the media. I turned to this in the Daily Beast, which is the Newsweek's blog, and there we can see VatiLeaks, which is what this whole scandal about the Pope's butler and his alleged actions in revealing secret documents. VatiLeaks trial of the Pope's butler cloaked in secrecy. So what's gone on, of course, is that in the Vatican there's been a huge embarrassment with leaks to the press and to especially one television station in Rome late last year in 2011. And now, to make up for that, there is a real clampdown on the media. Access is restricted in the court in the Vatican itself. Some journalists will be allowed in, and they will come out to actually brief the rest of the world's press, which is clamoring for information about what the Vatican is doing with this trial. Now, one of the examples of just how far they've gone in clamping down on the media is that, in fact, the lawyers the defense lawyer's statements will actually be made by the Vatican spokesman himself. So a sort of insight into the sort of extreme case of, that this scandal is for the Holy See. Now, the man in question, the spotlight, is on Paolo Gabrielli. There you can see him in the pictures, 46 years of age. Pauletto, he's known as, Little Paolo. He was very close to the Pope, but his revelations, he's confessed to revealing documents, reveal possible alleged financial corruption, in an extreme example, possible threat to assassinate the Pope, but all kinds of intrigue and rivalry within the walls of the Vatican.
Intriguing indeed. And I'm sure the Italian media is also making quite a lot of mileage out of this story.
Well, one of the key blogs is called The Vatican Insider. It's for the newspaper La Stampa. Now, there the headline is VatiLeaks trial, Pauletto repents. And it's arguing that there's been a shift, basically, from portraying Pauletto as some kind of scapegoat, a sort of, apparently he's supposed to be acting alone, but in lots of the theories are that, well, could he represent a wider web of intrigue? So he's gone in terms of his image from being a scapegoat or a pawn now to being portrayed in the media as something of a repentant person trying to make amends. He wants to sort of bargaining chip is really to, yes, he will admit, he will confess, he could be jailed up to 4 years, but what he's looking for is a pardon.
It'll be very interesting to see whether he is forgiven for that his actions. Let's wait and see. Something else that's catching a lot of attention online. It's not papal intrigue. It's rather more idiotic, perhaps you might say. It's an episode of the National Geographic program getting lots of attention online for a new trend in Japan. Tell us what it is. I'm intrigued.
Well, it's really incredible. I mean, was all buzzing in the newsroom this afternoon. The Daily Mail is covering this story. Could the bizarre bagel head look be Japan's most extreme beauty trend yet? And here, if I scroll down, you can see 3 people who've actually had saline injections into their forehead. Now, this is extreme body art. What's going on here is that for 2 hours, you sit down and have your forehead injected, and this is the result. How do you fancy it, Tom?
I think it's absolutely hideous. I can't think of anything I'd rather do less for 2 hours.
Well, it's wowing Japanese youngsters underground, apparently. Here you can look at a video of what was shown on National Geographic a couple of days ago. Now, and this is plastered all over the web today. It's like I looked at 30 websites, and this story kept on coming up again and again. And basically, it's an extreme trend in body art. You sit there for 2 hours, you have it injected, and the effect lasts for 16 to 24 hours. So it's not a long-term thing, a long-term commitment like a tattoo. But I mean, the reaction is like, oh my God, why would you do this to yourself? Another reaction was, oh my God, that's the Japanese for you. So getting lots of reactions there. I don't know what you
Well,
think.
I'm relieved that it's not permanent, I can tell you. Not being the parent of any of those children there, it's up to them what they do. Thank you very much indeed, Nicholas Rushworth. That was Media Watch.